Hi guys, so these are my Shadow Priest Weakauras. These are a little bit more minimalistic to some of the ones that are actually out there at the moment. I don't like reading a lot of data, so I prefer something a little bit more minimalistic that's just going to tell me what I need to play, the bare minimum, since this is not my main spec. But some of you guys might be interested in these Weakauras. So let's talk about what we have here. So we have, like with all my other Weakauras, we have a CD bar at the bottom and then a main HUD. So anytime that you pick any of these spells or change talents, these are all going to affect what we see at the bottom here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the HUD because it does change a little bit with our 100 talents, and one of that is Legacy of the Void versus Mind Spike versus Surrender to Madness. So for Legacy of the Void, what I've actually done is I've put a little white indicator here at 85, which is the recommended time for you to shift into Void form rather than 70, and it glows once you hit 85, that little white marker. And then we also get a glow up the top here, which I'll demonstrate a little bit later. That changes and disappears, and the glow up the top will actually start at 100 for the other two talents. So of course, we also have our other talents. There's not too much to chop and change here, so I don't really need to sort of show you that part. But what I'll do, I'll show you how the actual weak auras work now, and I'll show you where everything is actually indicated as well. One thing I'll show you without demonstrating is just Twist of Fate, just because I won't be able to get a training dummy that low. And that is actually located on the left-hand side here in that little bar there. And the yellow one, of course, is Power Infusion, which I'll show you now. So I'm not a very good Shadow Priest, so I will just hit the dummy a little bit, and we'll see how we go. So we've got our two timers for VT and for Shadow Word Pain as well. And then we've got our Mind Blast cooldown on the left. So what I'm doing is, and of course, Power Infusion on the right. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting everything. So see, we've got the glow when we've hit 85 and the glow up here once we hit 85, which means I can actually enter Void form now, and that's actually changed to Void Bolt there, which means we can obviously redo our dots and things like that. Another thing to note is our haste indicator on the left here. So this is just to indicate how many stacks and slash haste that we get from staying in void form, which obviously I haven't stayed in void form for very long, but I've increased to 32% haste. So I hope you like these Shadow Priest Weakauras, and I hope there's something you're interested in. If there's anything you'd like to see added to these Shadow Priest Weakauras, just feel free to contact me through the Discord that I hang out in. And that's it. Thanks, guys.